All right, we're back. In the studio, we were talking about Samsung's new NAND gate processor upgrade that they're coming out with. And, it's definitely a good thing. But now we're talking from one tech giant to the other. Now we're going to Microsoft. Now, Microsoft is always about, innovation and things like that, And according to a report by BGR, their news tech headquarters, they're talking about the Windows 8 update, Windows Phone 8 update for Bing that brings those new features and new design for Bing, And many people talk about Bing as the second to Google, in that they like the searches that Bing have. But Bing basically gives better video searches than Google. Google gives, because Google, you can choose like just web results or just images or stuff like that. So Google gives like the bare bones, the basic search for those that just want things bare bones. They feel like Google gives them exactly what they're looking for. But for those who like better, more graphics with their searches, in other words, you're searching for restaurants rather than just getting a list, being able to get those web images are good as well. And Microsoft is going to roll out a major Bing update for Windows Phone 8, according to this report. Now, let's talk about this here for a little bit. Now, Bing is that string that binds the experience of Windows Phone and the new Windows 8 PC. At least that's what Microsoft wants people to think. Now, the company has announced a major update for its search engine on Windows Phone 8 smartphones that adds a new interface and a set of new features to the service. Now, the update will first roll out to Windows Phone 8 smartphones in the US and then land on international Windows phones as well. The biggest interface change is the reduction of tabs on Bing. Now, they're now restricted to the web, images and videos and stuff like that. The idea not only to make the experience more simplistic as far as phones go, but also add more results in the first web view. According to Microsoft, the web category has been designed to be smart enough to show whatever is most relevant to your search, including images, videos, local results, maps, or whatever it is you're looking for. The Bing team has also improved the freshness of the local results, which will make finding directions or a restaurant even more easier when using your phone for searches. Now, the update, according to Microsoft, also adds richer results for popular websites, richer results for popular websites, like if you're looking for, let's say, Yahoo or Amazon or something like that, that's a popular website, it's going to give you more detailed results than if you're just looking for like Bob's Flower Shop. Not that it won't give you good results for that as well, but if you're just looking for that, websites that are popular, it's going to give you deeper results because, obviously a lot of people are searching for it, so it will give deeper results for those kinds of websites. Now, the update adds that richer experience, so if you enter, like I say, Amazon or Delta or any kind of popular site, you like let's just use Delta for example. Right? You decide to look up Delta, and because Delta is a nationally known airline, it'll probably provide links to like flight status, sky miles, track flights, flight schedules, delays, all that type of stuff will come up because, Delta, that's a popular site. You see, now in the image and video categories, now support infinite scrolling. Images also get larger auto-scale thumbnails, and now the results appear faster and consumes less data because the phone only downloads results for web views, and images and videos will be populated on demand, not just automatically. Bing on Windows Phone will also add more instant answers. The new update brings 10 instant answers available on the PC to the phone, including traffic, flight status, exchange rates, word definitions, translations, and stuff like that. Lastly, the new feature called Snapshot has been added to give more glanceable information regarding people, places, and things like movies and stuff like that. Now, essentially, the new Bing update is a bid on Microsoft's part. Makes it the mobile search experience on par with what Google is already offering on the iPhone and Android and stuff like that. Because as we said earlier, Google gives you that more streamlined, bare bones, if you will. And when I say bare bones, it doesn't mean it doesn't have the information, but they give you a more succinct search results, even on the PC, not just on mobile. Now, has this new thing succeeded? Obviously, we have to wait and see, what happens. But my thing here with Bing is that Bing really was a lost search engine for a while. In other words, not a lot of people were using Bing. Not a lot of people were using any other search engine than Google. Obviously, Yahoo was out of the picture, and still, even now, although Marissa Mayer has done great things with Yahoo as far as bringing this company back into the 21st century, but the truth is nobody really cares about Yahoo search anymore, because Yahoo search is just not it's not as good as Bing. I mean, not as good as Google. Now you have Bing, that for a long time, Microsoft and Google have been going at it as far as advertising and stuff like that. And this is a sample of the new, let me see if I can zoom that in, these new web page results type things that Microsoft is saying that they're going to change as far as their Windows Phone experience goes. And to me, Bing has always been about bigger and better as far as search results. They would come out with more pictures, more video in their search results and stuff like that, whereas Google was a little bit more bare bones. And for a phone, see, the thing is, when you're talking about search results on your phone, the screen is only so big. And that's why companies like Squaresoft, they're a website making company. They have like website templates and stuff like that. They do a lot of web hosting, obviously, and you can create a website. Their company makes websites that fit any phone or any device that you have. So if you have a computer, the website will automatically populate differently on a computer screen than it would on a phone screen. It makes the website look right on any screen. And so what I think the Bing searches, or what Microsoft is realizing now, is that people on their phones, when you bring up these searches, to have to scroll left to read the rest of the text, have to scroll up and down and stuff like that just to read certain things, is not as efficient, and what Google does, even though depending on your screen size, you're still going to have to search a little bit left and right. You're going to have to move it to see what's going on. The less of that I have to do to get the information I need, the better. And that's what Microsoft is realizing, and that's why I believe they're doing this revamp of Bing, especially for mobile phones and stuff like that, making the search more succinct, making the search more accurate, so that as people, as you're searching, you can find the things that you want. So if you're a Windows Phone user, and I know a lot of people now are using Windows Phone with the offerings that Nokia, especially that Nokia is doing. I know HTC had a Windows Phone a while back, but basically Nokia really is bringing back Windows Phone with the selection of phones they have, from the Nokia 600 series to the Nokia 900 series to the Nokia 1020 that recently came out with that 41 megapixel camera. Nokia is really bringing Windows Phone back onto the map, and so more and more people are now using Windows Phone, and that's why Windows Phone is gaining more and more market share, and that's why this update is a good thing by Microsoft in order to keep people using Windows Phone, giving them that best experience as far as web browsing goes. Now, other phones like Android and iOS, that Windows may have their browser in iOS or in the Android store and stuff like that, making it a better experience across platforms is going to be a key for Microsoft, if Microsoft is going to be able to compete with the Googles or with the Apples as far as competing with them as far as market share and things like that. So definitely, this new update by Microsoft is a good thing. We just gotta have to wait and see how it works out as far as if it's going to be as good or as relevant as Google is as far as their as far as their searches go. Now, Redbox has put an app on Roku. Redbox Instant by Verizon is now on Roku, and many people are saying that this thing is going to be a rival for Netflix. Now, I really disagree with that, but let's get into that story. And of course, the Big Picture and Sound, their publication came out with this, as well as Uber Gizmo, as well as Geeky Gadgets. A lot of people have caught on to this story, and they're talking about, a lot of people are saying that this acquisition by Roku, or this ability for Redbox Instant by Verizon to be on Roku, really challenges Netflix. There's a lot of people saying move over Netflix. Roku gets Redbox Instant, so maybe Roku doesn't need to rely on Netflix so much. But I disagree with that. But let's talk about the story here a little bit before we start. Before we get into the story, we're going to get into the story, but let's talk about it here a little bit. Now, with streaming media services catching on like wildfire, because we have all these streaming media services. We just had the Chromecast was just released by Google, and it comes with Netflix. Roku has been around for a while. Apple TV has been around for a while. Then you had you started off with Logitech Review. Many of you may not have heard of Logitech Review, but Logitech Review was out. All of these services have Netflix on them, as well as Sony Internet Media Streamer that's in Best Buy right now. Has that unique controller where when you flip it over, it has a keypad and then a touchpad on the front. Definitely, that's innovative, but hasn't really gotten a lot of good reviews. And Vizio recently came out with their internet stream, and you have Netgear. So you have a lot of internet streamers out there on the market. And so this thing, and as with the cord cutter generation, like we said earlier on Tech Pulse, not this show, but on another show, when we talked about the cord cutter generation really picking up now, because people are wanting to watch their content when they want, where they want, and things like that. And so the cord cutter movement is getting more and more. And with cord cutter, we mean people are canceling their cable subscriptions and just streaming all of their digital content, all of their movies online with companies like Netflix, like Roku, and things like that. And of course, Amazon Prime and stuff like that. Now, we're coming up on a break, but after the break, we're going to continue talking about this story here. Is the Redbox Instant by Verizon, is that something that's a real challenge for Netflix? And HTC Fetch Tag helps you track your belongings for a cheap price. We're going to talk about that coming up after the break, right here on Tech Pulse. So stay tuned.